Hey guys, so I came up with a terrible idea and I decided to commit it just now about 1.5 months into the COVID-19 quarantine. So, as proof that I haven't either have lost my marbles, it'll just take a year or so to find out. So, this is currently Wednesday after Easter, and I have 3 Peeps unboxed from what I can tell pretty close to Easter. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to put 1 Peep into a quart-sized Ziploc bag and do the exact same for another. And with these I'm going to do 2 different things. So one of these I'm just going to zip up with a reasonable amount of air. It's going to be, so it's not quite airless, but it will be airtight. And we're going to see what happens with that. The other thing I'm going to try and make as airtight as possible. And the third one will just be kind of in an open bag. Okay, that should be it for now. In another year I'm going to take them out and see how the air or lack thereof affects them. And hope you're having fun out of quarantine. Okay, so maybe that didn't happen yet because it is actually 6 months away, October 15th, 2020. It's been 6 months again, and I think I'm going to see how they're doing. Impressive number of comics aside, and they're still here. Here we have our relatively vacuum sealed-ish Peep, our non-vacuum sealed but airtight Peep, and our not actually air sealed or airtight Peep. And we're gonna maybe not take them out yet. We may end up going the whole year, but certainly see how they're doing. Interestingly enough, all 3 Peeps seem to share a very similar consistency. They haven't hardened at all, at least not this guy. The airtight one is maybe a little firmer. Yeah, not much. And this is doing roughly the same. So what does this mean for us so far? I've found a Peep before, and so I know that they tend to dry out after at least a year, maybe more. So this could go on for my original estimate, 1 year, or it could take longer, in which case, well, I might end up keeping it ongoing, I might not after that. We'll just have to wait and see. In the meantime, I am currently 7.5 months into the COVID-19 quarantine. And, well, I really need to find better ways to spend my time. Without further ado, alright, so we have our first point of data, which is after 6 months. They're doing pretty well. So we'll just have to see what happens next. So, future me, see you in 6 months, and have fun, hopefully, out of quarantine. Okay, done. I am fully vaccinated. It has been 12 months since I last put those Peeps up there, and now let's see how they're doing. Now, Easter has passed, and so now I have a control, fresh Peeps. Some people think they're disgusting and wonder why they even exist, and my answer is simple. Science. Without further ado, so in retrospect, it would have been way smarter if I actually sealed this in one of these Ziploc bags that actually zip way tighter. But, well, too late for that now. So, all of these are definitely crunchier, as it were. Comparing, like, this, it's just like, I'd say it's like marshmallow, but it's literally marshmallow. And this, you can still do it if you try, but it's hard marshmallow. But the question isn't, are they hard? The question is, which one's hardest? What should you do if you want to, for some very bizarre reason, solidify a Peep? And here we go. Trying to apply some equal pressure. It's certainly resisting more than, say, this guy would. And granted, that's with all 3 of them, but even with just one at a time, then there's much more. Yeah, there's more resistance there. the squishiest of the three is the purple guy with the most exposure to open air. I would have thought that it would have been the opposite way. I would have thought that the more air something has, the more opportunities it has to harden, but this guy actually stayed pretty flat. So we have our answer, and it was pretty unexpected, which is exciting. And so what we can gather from this is if you want to dry out a Peep, do it vacuum style. Why, I don't particularly know. I have a guess that it has to do with the fact that there are fewer water molecules in there for it to absorb and therefore to stay hydrated with. But so that might be something that some future scientists could look into, or just acknowledge that I have way too much time on my hands. But if you are ever stuck in another global pandemic, or maybe the same global pandemic, you know how to spend your time very badly. I'm Mixel Valtpaz, April 16th, 2021. Hope you had fun.